What's going on, guys? It's your boy Al Dog, and I'm here on Telltale series The Walking Dead Black Ops 3 Zombies. Damn, that's a mouthful. Oh, that's the cartoon switch thing. Oh, looks pretty nice. Well, let's get this Buyable ending and complete the map. I hope everyone's having a good day. Dude, my past couple days have been crazy. Like, crazy. Like my Keno bets, I don't know what's happening this past 3 days, but it's been super hot, like super hot. I turned $20 into 836 2 days ago, just using like $5 three tiles on Keno, which is like a 1.2% chance of hitting, which is an 81x. And then the next day after that, which would be yesterday, I turned 86 into 4,700. That is crazy. And then this morning, I turned 100 into 1,200, doing the same exact thing, which is, oh my gosh, I can't even believe how lucky I got. So with that amount of money, that's like my biggest win ever. So I freaking took all that money and I freaking withdrew it. And I used that money to buy a mic, if you didn't know. How's the mic sound in the new mic? I hope it sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. March has been such a great month. If you think about it, March, April, May, June, July. That's when the new fresh youngins will graduate. It's actually crazy because this year my younger cousin also graduates, which is pretty crazy to think about, you know? Guess I'm old now. I kind of miss last days of school because there's this last day of school that was super memorable. It was a grade 8 year. Usually in the last day of school, you get to do whatever you want. You could go swimming, you could go to the computer lab, you can go to play tennis, you can go and play volleyball, you can go play dodgeball. But what our homeroom teacher brought me and the boys and no one else, just us. He took us to play freaking disc golf, which was was not the best way to spend your last day. I mean, it was okay. It was just not as fun as like what the other activities had in store, but we only had to do that for at least half a day, and then we just chilled in the gymnasium and watched people play and also played dodgeball. And this is where the event that I would always remember happened. During the volleyball game, our boy Panjit, we'll call him, he was hooking it up in the volleyball game, you know, just acting nonchalantly, trying to impress the hus. And then they started a new round. All the balls are in the middle. And as soon as the whistle blew, they were running. He grabbed it. He was walking back. Some other kid dived right behind him and tripped him. So when he was falling backwards, he kind of put his arm behind him to catch him, right? Like any normal person would do. But when he made contact with the ground, his arm just, I don't know what happened, just twisted and then it just gave in and it collapsed. It was pretty rank. His freaking elbow, like, I think everything in his freaking elbow broke. So he was laying there and trying to get up and sit down, and everyone was in shock. Even he was in shock too because he didn't even say anything or scream out in pain. So even the teachers, they didn't say anything. It was just quiet. So then we rushed over to him. Principal was called and he brought a wheelchair, picked him up and put him on the wheelchair. The principals and the teachers took him to the office because they had to call an ambulance to take him to get his bone, to go get a cast or whatever to fix his broken arm. And I went back to the stage and I collected his shoes, his books, and his backpack. And then his sister came and she was just bawling her eyes out, crying in a word for her brother, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, but it was pretty awkward. I didn't know what to do, comfort her or just like stayed silent. So I just stayed silent. So I just handed her brother's like book bag and backpack. And then after we went out to go see him because he was still in the office because they were waiting for the ambulance. When he was leaving the school, he's just in the wheelchair just getting pushed out. I don't think he cried. He didn't cry. He's just sitting there quiet, probably still in shock, of course. And then I was like, have a good summer, Panji. And then he had to go grab a cast, and then he posted on Instagram with the caption, best last day of school ever. And that was it. As of recording right now, the Lakers freaking lost to the Magic, which is kind of heartbreaking, you know, but it's okay. It's just, it doesn't even like mean anything. We're totally gonna win. Oh my, did someone say round 2? It's just, I got freaking distracted. The pain in my diff for the Lakers losing broke something in me. Yeah, I have a feeling that the Lakers are gonna go far. We're totally gonna win the freaking finals. Mark my words. Yeah, so many stuff happened when we were young. I miss it. I miss those days. I think I've told this story before, but it's just too funny not to tell. So there was these two girls, our classmates, named Tara and Kate. They're like BFF. They just always be together, attached to the hip, as they say. But one day in lunch, they got into a heated argument. I don't know what for or why, because like I wasn't paying attention. I was just eating my food and playing Clash Royale and going on Instagram. But they started yelling at each other. Kate grabbed her diary and she swung as hard as she could and hit Tara at the back of her head. Mind you, Kate was a girl that would like always disobey everyone and disobey like the teachers. One time she didn't agree with what the teacher was saying, our homeroom teacher, and she called him ugly and old. And then she just immediately marched to the principal office and screamed, "You're a fucking bitch," to our teacher. That's the type of girl we're dealing with, right? So when she slammed the book against Tara's head, Tara started crying and bawling her eyes out and like clutching her head in pain, which is pretty normal if you get hit with the back of the head with a thick ass diary. Our whole entire freaking group was there, like one desk away actually. We were that close and we were just watching it all go down. Our boy Jake started chuckling quietly. And Huey, when Tara was like sobbing real loud, he's like whispered kind of underneath his breath, "Roasted." But like everyone heard it, and the girls in our class at lunch and the other boys who wanted to agree with the Huz, you know, were like, "Why would you say that, Huey? Dude, you're so messed up. That's so messed up. I can't believe you say that, dude. You are so messed up, Huey. There's something wrong with you." Which is pretty funny. Everyone turned on Huey and he's just sitting there quietly, and I'm just like chuckling under my breath. That's so funny. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Oh gosh. Yeah, I miss those days. And then what's funny about that was the next day we come into class and Tara has this list. Or she has just have loose leaf, right? And she goes to all the boys and girls in class and she's like, "We're gonna write down all the times that Kate was so horrible to us and she acted out and was a total bitch." And then so I don't know what happened with that list. I didn't really participate in that shit because like didn't seem real. Well, it turned out I was right because the next day they're back to being BFFs forever. And they disregarded the list and everything that bad things that happened to each other. I guess it's a heartwarming, good ending, eh? They become friends again. But I don't know. It's just something about those types of friendship, and especially with girls, that once that kind of stuff happens, I don't think they'd ever forgive each other. There's got to be some hidden deep animosity towards each other. Another crazy thing that happened was something that took over 5 months, and it's kind of fucked up. So our boy Panjit, remember the guy I talked about who broke his arm? Some of our friends by proxy, I don't know, we're just like, just some people we're chill with, you know, but we're not really that friends with. They made a Catfish account with a girl and they went to target Panjit. Panjit fell for it because I don't know why, but first time he showed me, which I didn't have no clue that it was a fake Catfish, was when we were doing a project in history where I went to his house. He showed me the DMs between them. The Catfish would be like, "Oh, I seen you play basketball from the stage. You're so cute and hot. And you're so good at basketball." And I guess that kind of inflated Panjit's ego. So when he showed me it and he was like, "Yeah, all these bitches love me, dude. All the girls, they can't get enough of me." I was like, "Yeah, good for you, man." But I was like, "I've never seen this girl before. Are you sure she goes to our school? Or even does she even go to our school?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Then I should recognize her. She's got a pretty cute face." But he's like, "Nah, she's real. She loves me. She likes me. But I don't want to do anything with her." That's what Panjit said to me. I was like, "Okay, whatever you say." But I was like, "Dude, I think that's fake. I don't think you should trust that." And then he's like, "Oh, you're just jealous." I was like, "Okay, well, I can't say anything about that, you know? Do I keep egging him on saying that it's not even real? I don't think so." So I just let him do it. But then I had no clue that the other guys were doing it for so long. They did it to a point where I think Panjit genuinely fell in love with this girl. That is crazy, you know? They got him to spill out his deepest, darkest secrets, desires, made him open his heart to the Catfish, which was them. That's pretty messed up. Well, when I realized it was such a fake girl was because Panjit told me that there was a story behind her. He told me that she was this secret conglomerate big corporation daughter that's a part of a billion-dollar company family type deal. Something that you like read in like a fucking K-drama. So when he told me that story, I was like, yeah, what kind of fucking fake ass bitch is this? Someone's trolling ya. Someone's catfishing ya. But then again, I was hit with the line of, "You're just jealous." It's like, okay, whatever you say, man. But when I finally got proof that it was a catfish and it was those other guys, it was like during the morning, I was just chilling in the computer lab and they came up to me and they called me on Instagram and it was her picture, her profile that was calling, and they were controlling the account. And I was like, oh yeah, they done duped my boy Panjit. Yeah, so Panjit kind of distanced himself from us. But yeah, it sucks, but it's just how the cookie crumbles, you know. Got the zombie shield. Me, Huey, and Panjit, we had a class together, right? It was kind of like a project heavy class, so the teacher turned on duos. She never allowed the lobby to go into trios, so we were stuck with at least one of us getting left out. And because Huey and Panjit, they didn't really know each other that well, and their only mutual was me, so one of them had to do the assignment themselves. And one time we did a project. It was really fun, you know? We had to do a company stuff, and me and Huey worked hard on it. But then when it came to the day of presentation, he didn't show up. And I thought he fucking ditched me because he didn't want to do the presentation. But it turned out before that class, they had phys ed. And so they did their normal phys ed thing. But at the end of the calculated time for phys ed, their gym teacher lost the key, so he thought that one of the students stole the key. He made everyone go into the storage room. He was like real angry and not letting them leave, and he was like, just hand over the storage key. None of you guys will get in trouble. Just hand it over. And everyone in Huey's class kept denying, no, we don't have the key. We don't have the key. Maybe you lost it. But the teacher's real stubborn, like, nope, no one's leaving. No one's leaving here until you give the key, until someone brings the key forward. It got to a point where Huey's class was stuck in the storage room throughout the rest of the next class, which would have been Huey and my presentation for our assignment, right? So I had to do the presentation alone, which I did, and nailed, by the way. Huey came in during Panjit's presentation, and then after Panjit's presentation, everyone's like, how could you leave Alan like that, dude? You're such a freaking slacker. Bro skipped out on his own presentation. What a freaking snake. And I'm just laughing and like acting all pitiful, and Huey's like, what could I do? I couldn't leave. Our gym teacher freaking locked us in to the storage room and wouldn't allow us to leave because he thought someone stole the key. It kind of sucked that we couldn't do the presentation together. We worked hard on it. I think I totally forgot an important thing about the Panjit breaking his arm story. It was actually the beginning of me and Bradley's new friendship. He kind of did something fucked up. He was laughing at Panjit for breaking his arm. He's like, Pal, did you see how he twisted and how it broke? I was like, dude, shut up, man. What are you saying? I guess in his own way, he was coping with something so gruesome like that by laughing at it. Freaking Bradley, more like Logan Paul. I think there's something hanging there. What a W day. I've been on a losing streak. Well, in bets. I've lost like $15. I've lost 3 in a row these past 3 days, which is not good at all. Because I had a bet with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The only reason why I want to like him is because he said that Kobe Bryant is the GOAT, which aligns with my ideology and what I think who the GOAT is. I just love Kobe Bryant. He's just so cool. And the finesse, unmatchable. His Mamba mentality, his mentality towards the game. So when Shea Gilgeous-Alexander said the #1 GOAT for him is Kobe, I was like, oh damn, me and his views kind of align. So then I did over 27.5 points for yesterday's game. I don't know who it was against. He got 26. He finished with 26, dude. The free throw merchant let me down again, dude. I bet 2 times on him. And each of those 2 times, he freaking let me down. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And the way he plays the game to foul bait, I just don't like it. There was one time where our boy Bradley was dating this girl. I don't know what happened. They kind of had a falling out during December, which I think our boy Brad wanted to spend Christmas all in a happy relationship type deal, but then they broke up over the 2 weeks. And when we came back in the new year, he was just real sad. He wrote this note to her, which comprised of all of his feelings through the relationship. Wow, I can't believe you do this to me. After everything I've done for you, all the secret dates that we took on McDonald's, I can't believe you did this. You broke my heart. You never wanted this relationship. You never fought for our relationship. That's what our boy Brad said. That's what our boy Brad wrote down in the letter. I was in French class, which was only composed of like 3 other boys, and we just all sat together. We took the class with the other girls who was Brad's girlfriend and her friends, and they were reading the letter, and our freaking French teacher took the letter and started reading it. I didn't know what was written down in the letter before, but I think one of the girls' friend told Brad that our French teacher had seen it, which if I was in Brad's shoes, I'd be pretty embarrassed. But yeah, dude, that's just freaking young love, hey? The letter also said, like, I sacrificed, like, getting caught by my parents for you, because I don't think Brad's parents wanted him to date yet, or date someone so different, which is yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy what happened. So then after that happened, I started clowning Brad for it. Must have been love, I guess. Must have been true love. True love. So cute. We're only a couple 17k away from the Buyable ending. Sweet. I haven't stated why Huey's not here. He doesn't fuck with me anymore, dude. He just doesn't want to record anymore. He's like threatening me to take me down because I don't have enough viewers and subscribers, so he doesn't feel like he needs to come and play. Kind of messed up. Nah, I'm just playing. He's just putting pipe in the hole. Yeah, I miss those days, dude. This is before I had crippling gambling addiction. Oh, good days. Oh, I just realized this is the last round. Okay. Ooh! Thanks for joining along if you made it this far. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully Hewington, my wife, will come back. But nonetheless, ones.